Hey guys, welcome back. It's good to talk to you. I hope you had a good break. I know it's kind of weird because still being in this shelter-in-place type of thing is. I know things didn't change all that much, but you didn't have anything hanging over your head, which is great, But now it's time to get back to work. Hit those books. Come on, we got to do it. All right. In case you didn't see Dr. Ryer's note about this or talk about this. This is how that's going to work from now until at least May 15th. We know that the governor announced schools will be closed until May 15th. They'll make a decision then as to whether we're going back or not. Who knows? I don't know. It's all going to depend on how well people practice social distancing and if people behave themselves and the spreading slows down and stuff. Who knows? Hopefully I'll see you on May 19th or 16th, 17th, 18th. Okay? But we'll have to wait and see about that. But from now until then, the way it's going to work is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. School as usual. Friday are catch-up days. If you missed an assignment or something got you bogged down, you'll have Friday to get caught up. So what that means for me is that I'll assign something Monday, it's due Tuesday. I'll sign something Wednesday, it's due Thursday. And then you'll have Friday as the catch-up day, whether it's for my work, someone else's work, whatever you decide. But remember, okay, the due dates are important now. Now, if you have Monday, whatever I sign Monday, if you don't have it until on Tuesday, if you have it in on Wednesday, or you don't get to it and you tune it into me on Friday, that's fine. But Friday's the last day I'll be able to take it for that. It's not being late. Okay, so please, you got to try and keep with the program here. Okay, nothing we're going to be doing will take you a very, very, very long time, and you got 2 days to do it, so there shouldn't be a problem. Okay, I was a little disappointed in the lack of response that I got from those videos. Obviously, it's not something that you guys are doing very well. I'm sorry to see that, because there was some really good stuff in those videos. And there's one more, and that's what you got to do today. All right? And it's probably the most important of all. That's why they saved it for last. It talks about the Commerce Clause. All right, but before I get to that, I want to reference the one that you hopefully watched before break, the Separate but Not Equal, about the Arkansas 9. Okay? I want you to understand, how intense that is. You had the federal government telling the, hold on, I'm sorry, I want to make sure I'm getting it right here. The Little Rock 9, not Arkansas 9, the Little Rock 9. I knew there was something wrong about what I said. Okay, the federal government said that these 9 African American students were allowed to go to Little Rock High School. And the people in Little Rock were outraged. Okay, you have to understand, segregation at this time was the name of the game. Even though Brown versus Board of Ed said in '54 that separate but equal was not the law of the land anymore. Separate was inherently unequal. And so they were trying to desegregate the schools. The guts that these kids have to get off that bus into this angry, angry mob had to be incredible. And then at first, the governor of the state uses the National Guard to keep the kids out. Eisenhower turns it around, federalizes the National Guard, which means that they're no longer under the orders of the governor of the state of Arkansas. They're under the orders of the commander-in-chief, the President of the United States, to go in and protect these 9 students. So they had a military escort everywhere, every day, until things came to somewhat normal. So it's kind of a wild, wild part of our history. Something you should be aware of. Okay? If it's something that interests you, I suggest you go to YouTube and just type in Little Rock 9. And you'll get all sorts of options as to videos to watch. Some are really short, some are really long. If you're into it, I highly recommend the Eyes on the Prize documentary series. They're about an hour long each, but man, are they filled with really, really good stuff. Okay, now to today's reading or viewing, the Commerce Clause. All right, this is one little tiny part of the Constitution. And when you read it, which we didn't do, had we been in class, we would have read the entire thing, but it wasn't practical in this situation. You probably would have just read over it and not even realized you were reading something really, really, really important. Because it's this clause, the Commerce Clause, that empowers the federal government to deal with interstate commerce. That's selling something from New Jersey in New York, or selling something from New Jersey in Pennsylvania or Delaware, or vice versa. Anytime something leaves one state and goes to another, it's interstate commerce. And the federal government can put its fingers in that. And watch the video. You may be outraged by the outcome of that court case. I know I kind of am and was, but it's what it is. Okay, I don't know if any of you over the break saw President Trump talking in his press conference about how in this instance he has total authority, and how the governors of the states are saying, no, you really don't. Well, this is where he thinks he gets the power from, is this Commerce Clause. Because even though the governors do have local state jurisdiction, because of the same point made in that court case the video talks about, the fact that this farmer grew his wheat for his own animals didn't matter because that meant he didn't have to buy that wheat that might have been grown in another state. The argument can be made that Trump can say, oh yes, you have to open up these businesses now because people just could buy it in a different state, and then that comes in the interstate clause, and it's a mess. I'm not a constitutional scholar, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just telling you, this is where Trump thinks he gets the power from, and the governors disagree with his interpretation of it, and that's where all this push and pull is coming from now. So the stuff that we're reading about now isn't just stuff that happened in the early 1800s or late 1700s. This is stuff that's affecting us now because the Constitution is still the law of the land. Okay, we've made amendments to it, but the heart of the document still is what governs us today. And it's why it's so important that you have some understanding of it. Okay? All right, we'll take a practice test. I'll have one posted on Wednesday, so you should turn it in to me for Thursday. Again, Friday's catch-up day, so you don't have to worry about that. I'll probably return the test to you on Friday, actually, and then use those to study. The test will be next Monday, a week from today. All right, so please, if you didn't watch all those videos, just sit down and watch them, okay? It's 18 minutes total, or 14 minutes total of video. I'm not talking a huge chunk of your day here, all right? So please, be prepared for the test, all right? And then we'll be getting back to the textbook when we're finished with this. All right, I hope everybody's well. I hope your families are well. I hope you're dealing with the shelter in place reasonably well. I know everyone's getting a little stir crazy, a little cabin fever. Just do the best with it you can, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you again, and I'll talk to you later. All right? Be good.